Super 8. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that most people under the age of 30, or those who aren't 22-year-old film geeks like me, probably wouldn't even know what Super 8mm actually is. Hell, most 13-year-olds don't even know what a VHS tape is.
Daddy, why does this hard drive have windows?
So here's a quick history lesson for all you youngsters. Back in the 1970s and 60s, when Facebooking still meant this... Whoa! What the fuck? Super 8mm was this revolutionary film format that was versatile and cheap enough to be used by the amateur filmmaker. And that's essentially what Super 8 the movie is all about. The film follows a bunch of kids in 1979 Ohio who sneak out at night in order to shoot a scene for their zombie movie. But while filming at a train station, a truck drives onto the tracks and causes a massive train crash. And I really mean massive. I mean, this train just keeps on crashing. It's like gravity and friction didn't exist in the 70s. Before long, the US Air Force has stepped in and quarantined the place, and despite insisting that there's nothing dangerous on the loose, the town's sheriff, Deputy Jackson Lamb, assumes otherwise.
Now, General, I'm starting to believe that you might be hiding something.
Now, Sheriff, you listen here and you listen real good. I can assure you that you have absolutely nothing to be worried about. Oh, I love you, Mama. Alright, boys, let's go! Let's do this charge!
So both the kids and the sheriff take it upon themselves to work out what is going on and whether these mysterious disappearances that are happening around town have anything to do with the cargo of the train. Now, I've heard a few people say that Super 8 is what you get if E.T. bumped uglies with Cloverfield.
E.T. make love.
But you know what? I'd sooner say that Super 8 is what you'd get if E.T. had his way with the Goonies while watching Jurassic Park. I'm not cutting away to that. That's just sick. What I'm getting at is that Super 8 feels like a long-lost Steven Spielberg movie from the 70s or 80s, which is not that surprising when you consider the time frame and the fact that Spielberg is one of the film's producers. Still, I think there's a line between making a Spielberg homage and simply following his formula that director J.J. Abrams crosses on a few occasions. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a well-made and entertaining movie, but considering it's one of the few original releases this blockbuster season, forgive me for wanting something a little bit more, well, original. For instance, I love the idea of framing the story around these kids trying to make a short film. But after the initial train crash, that angle is just cast aside. Also, when it comes to scaring his audience, Abrams resorts to that really cheap and nasty jump scare tactic. Seriously, I lost count of how many times the monster attacked people mid-sentence. Oh, demon horse! Oh, remember those bloody blue lens flares from Abrams' Star Trek reboot? Yeah, they're back. Okay, so I get why they might be in a spaceship with all those flashing gizmos and whatnot. But what the hell are they doing in the middle of a 70s country town? I mean, surely someone on the set questioned JJ about why they're there. So what do you reckon?
Yeah, that's looking really good, but what I think this scene needs is a lens flare.
JJ, this scene is set in a ditch. There's literally no reason why there should be a lens flare. There's no light source. I mean, I'm not putting it in. That's just stupid. Oh, shit. Yeah, no, lens flare sounds great. Nice one. But enough complaining, because Super 8 is not a bad movie. In fact, if you just lower your expectations a little bit, it's pretty darn good. The kids, for one, are all excellent. The dialogue is well written, and they have a real natural chemistry together, which is pretty impressive when you consider that a few of them haven't acted before. Seriously, if you do a Google search for the lead kid, Joel Courtney, the first result is of some serial killing rapist. Yeah, that's how new to acting he is. And lastly, like the best Spielberg movies, Super 8 has a lot of heart. Sure, the ending is one big schmaltz fest, but hey, at least it has characters you care about. And that's a lot more than what can be said about other recent monster movies. Well, that's it from me. Thank you for watching this video review. If you enjoyed what you saw here, be sure to subscribe to my channel up here, leave a comment down here, and check out some of my other videos over here. Do it. You better be checking them out. I'm watching you. Till next time.